a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Greatly appreciate you spending some time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate program here in Tampa Bay. We're going to talk about a lot about veterans today, and we've got Brian Gordon from Tactical Society in the house, a former, I say former Marine. He always corrects me. He says, you're always a Marine, once a Marine, right?
Yes, sir.
Brian Gordon in the house. Also, George Boswell, president of OTS4VETS, in the studio as well with us, former Air Force.
That's right.
Awesome. Good stuff. So we're going to talk with those fine gentlemen, as well as Nick Shriver as well, Decorating Elves, one of our longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also going to talk a little bit about Ukraine and what's happening overseas, and I got a couple clips I'm going to play from some podcasts I listened to. Before we do, a couple of hot listings here. We have our real estate team here in Tampa Bay. We are a top 100 ranked real estate team in Tampa Bay, helping our sellers sell faster for more money, utilizing our innovations with radio, TV, and internet marketing. So we've got properties throughout Tampa Bay, vacant land, commercial properties, as well as residential. We can help you with all of those different types of homes and properties. 14147 12th Street. This is Dade City. We've got a property for sale. This is a great opportunity here in Dade City. Now, what you have is kind of unique. You've got a couple of rental properties on site as well. So you have a main house that's 3398 square feet, so 3,400 square foot main house that has 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage. You also have 2 cottages. You've got a north cottage and a south cottage that would be perfect for rental income, so you could have potential for passive income here. You have a beautiful home here, large lot, fully functional 8 to 10 person sauna. You also have a bar nook designed with the antique tin accents, screened in patio with an oversized built-in outdoor grill with its own chimney. Lots of updates, lots of renovations recently completed as well. Granite countertops, wood cabinetry, central island with a sink. 14147 12th Street, Dade City. Check it out online. You can see all the details there on our website as well, platinumcoastalelite.com. All right, a commercial property here. We've got a commercial property at 5146 Marine Parkway. This is one of our commercial real estate listings up in Pasco County. Great location. You're about 1,000 feet from US 19, so you have the high visibility, the high traffic area of US 19 and Newport Richey. This one's currently operating as a pool and spa supply store, but it could be any business that you want to put there, of course, within zoning regulations. Exceptional storefront space, large windows that invite natural lighting in, open and versatile floor planning, so it could be, again, tailored to be, suit your needs. Pretty much any type of business, professional. You could have attorney office, real estate, mortgage, title, insurance. 5146 Marine Parkway, Newport Richey, one of our hot listings here in Tampa Bay, close to public transport hubs, and it's also a developing area. You have new condos being built right across the street from US 19 there. So to see all of our listings at platinumcoastalelite.com.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road.
All right, so let's jump right into it. Brian Gordon, Tactical Society, Second Amendment expert, and you have also friend. We were introduced by Thomas King. I always like to mention kind of how we were put together there, and Thomas doing some good stuff over at his academy. But I love his mindset. He has this mindset. He says, "Look, Brian sells some of the similar things to me, but I don't look at my competitors as competitors. He has an abundance mentality. That's what I love about that guy."
Yeah, man. He was one of the first people to give me the opportunity, to get my gear inside of his store.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal, man. Like coming up with the idea of having your own brand, but it's another thing to actually get it out to the consumer. So
yeah.
I definitely have much love for Thomas King and those guys and girls over at Florida Firearms.
Yeah, they do a great job in the community here. Tell us a little bit about Tactical Society.
So Tactical Society, man. So we do everything from manufacturing guns. We distribute guns that's not our brands. We also have a wide range of gear and equipment, ammunition, bulletproof gear, anything tactical. That's my business. All things tactical.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got a couple of vests from you, and I love that, man.
Yeah, man. And our security services have picked up. Been doing some picked up some security contracts. Also now getting more into the private investigation as well. So we got some good things happening over there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's an interesting area, private investigation. I've had some private investigators on the show over the years. Been 10 years on air now. Been celebrated 10 years last month that we've been doing the Consumer Quarterback Show. And it's interesting. That's an interesting line of work, man.
Yeah.
You get it because you get into these situations with employees and employers, company vehicles.
Yeah.
Of course, the most common would be the spouses investigating each other.
It's fun, man. That's all I want to say, B.
That's all you can say, right? Hey, I can't give away my tips. I can't. Right? Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, man. It's definitely, I'm definitely moving in a business that I love to do, and it's every day it's a new adventure.
You're quite the entrepreneur. You got Guns and Gars, also another brand that you've rolled out.
Yeah. I started smoking cigars about a year ago, and it was the only thing that I kind of came into contact with that kind of slowed my mind down. Man, my brain is always on 100. I know, sure you can relate. Being an entrepreneur, you always have your hands in something.
Yeah.
So smoking that cigar was the only thing that relaxed me, and I fell in love with it, and I created my own blend called the Second Amendment cigar.
Nice.
The brand is called Guns and Gars, but the actual cigar collection is called the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Corona Cigar, I picked my brand up about 6 months ago, so I'm in all their locations. Matter of fact, we're in like 17 locations in about 6 months.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I love going over there when Dennis is in town, too. Dennis Prager, American icon. I think he's 35, 45 years or more on radio, and he's a big cigar smoker as well.
Yeah, I got to get you something to get to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Especially next time he's in town, we could, get in front of him. But if you just joined us, folks, we're talking with Brian Gordon. He's a Marine, and he's local here in Tampa Bay. He's an entrepreneur. We also have George Boswell in studio with us. He's the president of OTS4VETS. That's an organization. The website, OTS4VETS.org. I want to bring you in as well now, George, and tell us a little bit about what the organization is and why you guys decided to start it.
Yeah, so first off, thanks for having me. So we started working with Brian and talking to him about, how can we expand, how can we help veterans more, and we came up with this idea that we'll, why don't we start a nonprofit that's for veterans, and but then the question, okay, what are we going to do? And then we brought it all together. So it's offering transitional services is what the OTS stands for. The 4 represents the types of services that we offer, from housing to medical assistance where needed, employer services, and education and referrals and things like that. So and the deal is we need to help veterans transition out of the service. We were talking about it earlier, actually, that what he as a Marine needed when he got out of the service is probably far different than what I needed when I got out of the service. And that's the whole purpose of it, is we're not focused only on, say, scholarships, educational scholarships. We're not only focused on homeless veterans. It's all encompassing to veterans and how we can help them in their transition and what they need specific to them as they come home. And we're focused here in the Tampa Bay area because this is home. This is where we live. So.
I love it. I mean, that's such a great cause. You look at what's going on in our country right now, and a lot of people are very, frustrated, upset, downright pissed off when you really look at how the veterans are being treated or overlooked. There's something like 40,000 homeless veterans, I think. Is that around the right number?
Yeah.
Yep.
40,000, and we're sending billions of dollars overseas to Ukraine, fighting wars, foreign wars. We have a open southern border that's so porous. You have all types of different people coming through. Who knows if they're on watch list and fentanyl, drugs, crime is up. But our veterans, man, I'm so glad you guys started this organization, OTS4VETS.org. Our veterans are people that put it on the line. I mean, you guys put it on the line. You literally could have lost your life, could have easily passed away if you were in the line of fire. So I love this idea. So housing, medical, employment, so helping folks with jobs, and then also education. Can you share with us some recent success stories, or give us a little bit of insights into that?
Well, we just the nonprofit is fairly new, so this race that we're putting on is actually going to be our first big venture.
Big fundraiser.
Yeah, this is our big fundraiser. So we got some big boy sponsors, man. Like
Nice.
We got some people that can move the dial.
I love it.
We got Tampa Electric came on. I mean,
Okay.
anytime Tampa Electric gets involved, that's huge.
Yeah.
We have the All Heart Foundation. Those guys over there, Gary Hartfield and his team, they're involved. We have the Skill Center, Whiskey Joe's, Corona Cigar Company, which is, I do a lot of business over there. They take good care of me on that side. And that's just to name a few, man. The Current Hotel, they're letting us host an event there on the 17th, like a pre-race mixer.
Okay.
And I'm expecting for that to be a big turnout. And after the race on the 18th, Whiskey Joe's gave us the beach. So there'll be like a after race, party event. Immediately after the race and an award ceremony.
Okay.
So man, it's gonna be a huge event. And again, like we both got into this because being veterans, we both had similar experiences, but a lot different as well.
Tell me about the race.
Go ahead, George. I'll let you go ahead.
All right. So this is actually the 6th annual Veterans Run. So sixth year we're putting it on. Had a couple years there where we couldn't go live with it because of COVID. But as of 2022, I believe, no, 2021, excuse me, we were able to get back and get back out there and start doing it again. So the race has been relatively small-ish. We are limited to the number of spots that we can have because of the city of Tampa. Now, like everything else, we keep it in Tampa Bay, keep it set in the city. The park where we go out of, Ben T. Davis Park, is limited to 500 people. So we kind of, we can't make it. We couldn't make it as big as we wanted. But then this year, we decided, Brian and I talked about it, and it's like, okay, how can we make it bigger? And a couple things just fell into place for us. We ended up, the city allowed us for 2 days. Whiskey Joe's came on board real quick and got us to where we can use their parking lot and everything like that. And it's going to make it so much bigger. So whereas, we were only at 500 people before, this year we're hoping to be somewhere in the realm of about 1,500 to 2,000 people attend over the 2 days.
Saturday, November 18th, Sunday, November 19th.
That's right.
Okay, so we got a little time to promote this still. Saturday, November 18th, Sunday, November 19th, and that's coming up. So that's going to be a 5K?
Right. On Saturday, it'll be Saturday the 18th. It'll be a 5K and a 10K. And then on Sunday, it's a 13-mile half marathon,
nice.
Or a 16-mile. And the 16-mile runs the entire length of the bridge and back.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's awesome. 2-day challenge there as well. You got a 2-day challenge.
Yep.
So on the website I'm looking at here, you can go and sign up. It's runsignup.com. Runsignup.com, and that's the 6th annual Veterans Run to help out all of the veterans here. Is this helping local Tampa Bay vets?
That's the goal. There's a lot of, not to speak poorly on any other organizations out there, of course, because anybody who's helping veterans is a friend to me.
Right.
But we purposely wanted to stay here in Tampa because this is home. We're home to thousands and thousands of veterans here in Tampa Bay. So the whole goal is we're not trying to put all our eggs into the basket across the entire United States and hand picking veterans and making any kind of political thing. We want to focus it all right here in Tampa and let's get all our boys and our brothers and sisters helped out where we can.
Yeah, exactly. Love on them, do the best we can, try to help them with that transition. I love the idea of transitioning. Housing is huge. Medical, of course. Right. Employer and jobs. I've got a friend of the family right now that's dealing with a major, leukemia, but thank God he's a vet because he's getting great service up there at Moffitt, and that's great to have that, the medical. And then the education is key, too. We could re-equip, retool, give them, education. I know one of the cool things that Keller Williams has is a online class. It's a free online class for anybody that wants to have. And a lot of times people right now are talking about these second jobs, third jobs, or a side hustle, right? Call that side hustle. So at Keller Williams Realty, we have these free classes online where you can get your real estate licensing, a large portion of it done. The class itself is done online, and it's free. Okay. So then they would just have to get their fingerprints done, pass their background check, get their official license, become a realtor. But a lot of people say, look, I'm not going to be a full-time realtor. I don't want to go do this 100% full-time. I'm already an electrician, or I'm already, whatever that might be. But this is perfect for that side hustle type scenario, because all you have to do is refer the name, phone number, of that person that's looking to buy, sell, or invest, and then now they have a side hustle. They can, create referral opportunities, so they'd make 25%. So there's opportunities out there. There's a lot of opportunities for folks. We're going to take a quick break. More with Brian Gordon, Tactical Society, and George Boswell as well. He's the president of OTS4VETS.org is the website. And we're talking about their annual run coming up in November as well. So we'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm going to play a couple of clips here on Ukraine. Seems like there's a lot going on. And what are the next steps? We have Zelensky asking for more money. And what should we be doing overseas versus here domestically? More on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
I want to give a special thanks to Satellite Phone Store. They just hooked me up with this beautiful satellite phone, and it's a gorgeous phone. It's a great device. It's a safety device as well. Think about it. If you're out on the boat 40, 50 miles out, maybe you're going hunting or you're going hiking in the woods somewhere, you run out of cell phone service, or who knows, maybe a possible terrorist attack. It's not like our politicians aren't entrenched in all this stuff going on overseas, all over the place, all over the world. Could be a terrorist attack. They could attack the power grid. They could attack the cell phones. Who knows what they're going to attack next. Sat123.com/REQB. Sat for satellite, sat123.com/REQB, like real estate quarterback.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We always like to feature our real estate listings live on air. It's part of our strategy to help sellers sell faster for more money. My wife Lindsay and I own a top team here in Tampa Bay, and we've got a co-listing here. This one's 530 Heaton Forest Road. Again, kind of talking about the power of the #1 real estate company on the planet, Keller Williams Realty. This is a co-listing that we have with Bill DeVore's real estate team up in the Carolinas. What we have here is a $9 million listing. 530 Heaton Forest Road, Cashiers, North Carolina. 11 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, 10,000 plus square feet. And I believe the lot is around 20 to 30 acres on the land here. It's a luxurious oasis in High Hampton, designed by McDonald and Bruton. And it's an exceptional estate that boasts a main residence with 7 spacious bedrooms, 7 lavish bathrooms, complemented by a separate guest house featuring 4 comfortable bedrooms and 3 stylish bathrooms. The property has unparalleled privacy. You're on kind of the side of a mountain there. Just a really cool setup. Now, the golf course itself, you will see the likes of Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Michael Jordan and others are known to be frequenting this area. 530 Heaton Forest Road, Cashiers, North Carolina. This listing provided by Bill DeVore Real Estate Team, KW Luxury, in KW Professionals up in the Carolinas. Now, we'll bring you back home here and show you one of our listings here in Tampa Bay. One of my favorites right now is this property that we've got over on the beach, 861 Mandalay Avenue. 861 Mandalay Avenue, $1 million listing on the beach, north side of Clearwater. This one is Mandalay Avenue, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, beautiful property, sleek quartz countertops, gorgeous stainless steel appliances. You have nearly 900 square foot screened-in covered patio. Master bath has a jetted tub, full shower, lots of updates, lots of upgrades. Check out all of our real estate listings at platinumcoastalelite.com.
This is God's country.
All right, so I'm going to get to this clip here. I wanted to play a clip just a little bit about, what's happening over in Ukraine, because you have a lot of, again, what we're talking about here with our guests today, Brian Gordon and George Boswell, is helping veterans at home. And unfortunately, right now we're potentially going to be sucked into a war overseas. But here's a clip I wanted to play.
Do you think there's an appetite left in this country for continuing this war?
No, absolutely not. And it was always soft to begin with. When this all started and we did our own polling, ours was always a lot less favorable to Ukraine than some of the other media and university polls. Actually, I would even just say media. I don't even think the Quinnipiac was not favorable to it either. And they're not exactly right-wing or even independent. They're a left-wing university poll. So the thing with wars and polling and public sentiment in this country is that when something first kicks off and the war drums are getting beat as hard as they're possibly going to get beat for that particular event, that's when support for the conflict is always at its high, and it's only downhill from there. So when this first came out, we always made the argument that this was historically very weak support for any kind of a conflict, and that it would, in a year's time, a year and a half, 2 years' time, there would be nil. Support would be nil. Because look at how the Iraq War fell. Look at how the war in Afghanistan fell. That's the nature of public opinion in the United States when it comes to conflicts like that. Americans just don't like it. And they may give people, humanitarian aid. At some point, they may support even lethal aid. But now we're well beyond that. They don't even want to give them humanitarian aid anymore. So
I think we're at a point, too, where in this country, if you look what happened with a lot of the wars back when Bush lied about the weapons of mass destruction, think about how many brothers and sisters, Marines, got pulled over there, right? Fighting a war under a false premise. I think we should have some new, I don't know how to make this happen, but it's kind of, an idea is, hey, if we want to send billions overseas, or we want to have this new package of 25 billion or however many billion they want to send this time, I think all Americans should vote on it. We should have a vote for all big spending or all major, hey, we're going to be in this war. Let's all vote on it. Let's see that this is truly a democracy, which really it's a constitutional republic. But anyhow, so that's my take on that. But I feel like we need to protect our home. I feel like we're very vulnerable right now. If you look at the strategic oil reserve being drained all the way down to like 50%,
right.
There's a lack of ammunition. Tell me, Brian, about ammunition. Have you heard or you seen from suppliers? Is ammunition low, or is it? We know it's pricey.
There's definitely been some struggles in the supply chain. It's not as bad as, obviously COVID, how bad it was during those times. But you're definitely slowly seeing slow increases in pricing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
All right, so we got about a minute left, guys. Give me your final thoughts, Brian.
Again, I'm all for security. I'm all for making sure your family is taken care of and safe. I tell everybody, make sure you get out there, get some training, get your concealed weapon permit, even though Florida is, you don't have to actually take the course to get the training.
Right.
However, if you have a firearm, you definitely need to know how to use it. So still go out and get you some training. We're able to do that at Tactical Society. You can find us at tacticalsociety.com.
Awesome. And you got these races coming up as well, George. Final thoughts.
Yeah. With OTS4VETS, we got the Veterans Run coming up, like we said, and we're on track to have quite a few races next year. More to come on that. Just stay tuned on the website. We'll have everything posted there at OTS4VETS.org. All about just raising funds to help the veterans here in Tampa Bay.
Awesome. Hey, keep up the good work, guys. Appreciate everything
you do. Thanks for having us, man.
RunSignup.com if you want to sign up for the run as well. That's Saturday, November 18th, Sunday, November 19th. So you got some time, but go to the website, OTS4VETS.org as well. All right. Hey, taking a quick break. Coming back, we got Alex Black Belt Lima in studio. We're going to talk self-defense, martial arts with him in his local studio, as well as some other national events coming up as well. Nick Shriver, Decorating Elves, one of our show partners here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you check us out online at consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify.